All right, guys, I'm on vacation, but I'm just walking on the beach and figured I'd give you some advice to help you to become better tennis players in 2024. Now, what I want to focus on is how you can make better technical adjustments, or rather, how you can make technical adjustments more effectively. As many of you might know, I provide a video analysis program, and people around the world send me videos and I offer technical advice. So when I'm doing this, I'm saying to people, see if you can do this with your elbow, see if you can finish here. That's going to help you to achieve XYZ. And a lot of times people will come back asking, do you have any tips to help me to do it? Like, I get what you're saying. I understand what adjustment I need to make, but how do I actually do it? And there's not a lot of times where there's tips and tricks to help you to actually make technical adjustments. For example, sitting on a chair to hit a forehand helps you to do this, or standing on a skateboard. There's a lot of goofy things I see on Instagram like that. There might be a few things like kneeling down when you're hitting a serve to improve your kick serve, because it helps you to stay sideways, helps you to hit up on the tennis ball. So maybe kneeling down helps you to, achieve whatever it is you're trying to achieve on a kick serve. But for the most part, you just have to try to do it. So if there's a technical adjustment that you're focusing on, you just have to try and do it. But what tends to happen is people think they're trying to do it, and they're sort of trying to do it. They're sort of trying to make a technical adjustment, but they're not really prioritizing it. So for example, if I say, hey, see if you can bend your arm a little bit more as you're hitting a forehand. Right now, your arm is locked. It's preventing you from making adjustments. There's too much tension there. See if you can have your arm a little bit bent. Someone goes out there, tries it, says, I can't do it. Every time I hit a forehand, my arm straightens. I just can't do this. Do you have any tips to do it? Prioritize it. Make sure you hit a ball with a bent arm. You can do it. And quite often I'm telling my clients, you can do this. I'm very sympathetic to people who are struggling to make technical adjustments, because I know how difficult it can be. But at the same time, one of my most helpful pieces of advice is you can do it. Because if there's $1 million for just hitting a tennis ball with a bent arm, you do it. The same thing happened the other day with someone who was jumping on their serve, and the timing of the jump was a little bit off. So I said, see if you can stay on the floor and hit a serve. See if you can serve without jumping. He sends me a video jumping, hitting the serve. He's like, I can't stay on the ground. Of course you can. You can hit a serve, just stay there, stay on the floor and hit a serve. Now, what you mean is you can't serve the way you'd like to be able to serve. You can't hit great serves like that. You can't serve like you'd like to serve, or like you'd need to serve if you were playing a match, but you can do it. So you have to prioritize making these adjustments and then building the stroke from there. The other thing you have to do if you're trying to make technical adjustments is to make sure your training situation, your environment, allows you to be able to work on these things. So obviously if you're trying to make technical adjustments in a match, that's going to be pretty hard to do. But if you're working on your forehand and you're having a cooperative rally, you're going slow, it allows you time to think about what it is you're trying to do, or the adjustments you're trying to make. If someone's hitting the ball in the net, okay, so what's the advice? Could be hundreds of technical things I could say. But usually I'm going to say, don't hit the next ball in the net. And again, everyone might say, well, how do I do that? Well, if there's $1 million for not hitting the ball in the net, I bet you wouldn't hit the ball in the net. You would make sure that ball goes up. Now that could, well, it will change your technique. It's going to give you a more low to high swing to help you to avoid the net, rather than me telling you to do a low to high swing to avoid the net. Right? It's a lot easier to just make an adjustment. If the ball's going too far left, aim it right. You know, not enough spin, add a little bit more spin. So you're constantly out there making adjustments. I remember working with a lady about 20 years ago when I was just getting started, and she said, how do I aim? So I was saying, see if you can serve it down the tee. How do I aim? And I was like, I don't know what to say. But everyone can aim. Everyone can hit it into the ocean or into the bank over there. It's just figuring out how to adjust on a more, on a smaller scale. And once you've tried to execute a shot and you've missed it in a certain spot, make an adjustment, make sure the same error doesn't happen again. So making adjustments is all about prioritizing things. If that ball's going in the net, make sure the next ball doesn't go in the net, even if it hits the back fence. You will learn something from that. But technically it works the same. As I said earlier, your arm's locked when you're hitting a forehand. Make sure you hit this next one with a bent arm, prioritize it. You can do that if you just prioritize that one thing, if that thing is the most important thing in the world to you. Now, there's a lot of people out there who can't do this. You know, they can't bend the arm, they can't do certain things, as I said, because they're trying to win and they're trying to hit the shot in the way that they really want to be able to hit it. And that's fine. If you want to just win tennis matches and you want to be able to play your best tennis tomorrow, I have no problem you know, not making that many technical adjustments, because, you know, it's difficult. You tend to regress for a period of time. Now, that's up to you. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. But a lot of people on YouTube are trying to make technical adjustments. And if you're trying to do it, you have to try and really push yourself to, especially when it comes to your biomechanics, you really have to push yourself to get your body moving in different ways. When I video myself, whether that's playing tennis or golf, I'm always surprised that when I'm trying to make a technical adjustment, how it looks pretty much exactly the same. You know, I might try and bend my legs more or snap my wrist or whatever it is, and I look at all the shots on camera and it's like, they all look exactly the same. So you have to really force it. You have to make yourself feel kind of awkward. And, you know, if I say, let's have a bigger take back on your forehand, do the biggest take back ever. Make it go crazy. And from that, you're going to develop skill. You might stumble on something that works. But worst case scenario, as I said, you're developing the skill to get your body to perform different movements, which is always going to be really useful moving forwards. Anyway, I want to thank you for your support this year. Next year, I'm going to put out more videos. Maybe I can do 2 a week. If you like videos like this, where I turn the camera on and I just give you my words of wisdom, well, if you like this, I can certainly make a lot more, but I don't know if this is something people want to watch. If you do like this kind of video, please let me know in the comment section, and I certainly can make more of these. I can talk to the camera forever. But also, leave me a comment and let me know what other videos you want me to make, what subjects you want me to cover. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.